What's up, guys? This is one of our first videos filming under our new name, the Venari Effect. So if you're a new follower, we appreciate you joining with us. If you're one from the beginning, thank you for sticking with us through this changing time, and we're looking forward to the future. Today, I'm gonna talk about something that we get asked a lot, and I know every bow hunter talks about. When you meet somebody new that's as into it as you are, at some point, people ask, hey, what are you shooting? What bow are you shooting this fall? So today I'm gonna talk about exactly what my setup is. I'm not gonna cover the specs of this bow. If you wanna check that out, we did film a video earlier this year, and you can find that in the details of this video below. So I'm shooting the PSE Evo NXT 31 this year. I've been shooting it a lot this summer, both field archery and target archery. Absolutely love shooting it. Any of the new bows these days, I mean, are just absolute machines. This bow, feels great in my hands, and it's one of those deals where I like shooting it a lot. This is probably the most I've ever shot, and I compare it to when you get a new vehicle that you enjoy driving. It's a lot better than when you're driving that old beater, raggedy vehicle. You probably like spending time in it a little bit more. Same thing goes for your bow. So I have it decked out in Realtree camo and Realtree Edge camo, and like I said, I'm anxious to get it in the woods with me and actually shoot something that is moving and alive. So as far as the sight goes, I have a Spot Hog Hogget, and this is my first year shooting Spot Hog. I had been shooting black gold fixed pin sights, and there was nothing against black gold. I just wanted to try something new, and I was having trouble focusing my eyes on both my pins and the target downrange. So I talked to a local archery tech who's a really good guy and a really good and talented archer. He said maybe getting a sight that you can move further away from your riser and from your eyes would help with that. And so far, shooting target archery, I think it has. It has a dovetail system, so you can slide it closer or further away depending on your preference. As I mentioned, it is a fixed pin sight, a 5-pin fixed sight. I've never been into single pins. It just, for me, is not something I'm interested in right now. So I'm sticking with the set pins. I shoot so much that I like being able to know that, hey, 20 through 60 yards, I have a pin for it, so I don't have to worry about, adjusting or changing anything. As far as the rest goes, I'm shooting a PSE drop-away rest. I'm not even exactly sure what the name of this rest is, but you can find it on their website. I've been shooting drop-away rest for years, and I've had this one for a couple. I don't plan on changing it. So the stabilizer I have on this bow is also new for me this year. I had been shooting just a simple, I think it was like a 5-inch stabilizer. I don't even know the brand or the company that made it. I've had it for probably a decade. And just like the sight, I'm always interested in trying new things. So I've heard great stuff about Bee Stinger, and I went with the, I think it's called the Sport Hunter Extreme. It's a 10-inch front bar and an 8-inch back bar. You can add or remove weight to both bars. I really wanted to try the back bar system. There's, pros and cons to using it. It's very big and very common with target archery, and starting to become pretty popular with hunters as well. I've noticed a big difference in getting my bubble to balance either a lot quicker or properly. I felt like when I was shooting that shorter stabilizer just in the front, I would have to put a lot of effort into getting my bubble to settle, and with the back bar and the front bar, I feel like I come to full draw and everything's already rock solid. Also, with the heavier sight on the offside of my riser, and then adding a quiver and arrows, that back bar and playing with that, I think will help balance things out even more. As far as hunting with it goes, I'm not sure how much I'll like it, whether that's pulling my bow into the stand or walking through the woods in the dark, hunting out of a ground blind. I don't know if it's gonna catch on things yet. I've heard different opinions, so we'll just have to test it out and see. And the beauty is, if you don't like it, you can literally just twist it, pop it right off. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out. But as far as shooting this summer, it's been great. I think that pretty much covers it. As far as my bow goes, I'm pulling 60 pounds at 29-inch draw, so can't wait to take it in the woods. Moving on, as far as my release aid goes, I've been shooting a True Ball Absolute release. It's a thumb style release. I shoot this primarily during the summer when I'm participating in target and field archery. It just allows me to kind of execute my shot form properly, and relax, concentrate on everything and making sure that shot's executed. During hunting season, I usually go with a wrist strap and a finger release, but I think I may hunt with this year just because of how confident I've gotten it this summer. It fits great in my hand. I have bigger hands. It doesn't, however, have an enclosed head on it. It's just a hook. So it'd be risky hanging that in the tree stand from, you know, your D-loop. You probably have to put it in a pocket. So we'll see. It's an older release. I think I've had it for probably 7 or 8 years now, but really started playing with it this summer and have grown to like it and enjoy shooting it. So I also run a finger sling, which I get a lot of questions about, and I don't know that a lot of hunters use this. It's pretty common in target archery, but it's just a sling similar to a wrist string, but it straps on either your index or your middle finger, and then, you know, your grip is obviously wedged in your hand here, and then it goes around your thumb. It gives me a sense of security, either, you know, whether it's a high angle shot or shooting downhill. It just makes me feel more comfortable holding my bow. So last but not least, probably one of the most talked about topics with bow hunting right now, my arrow setup. Not my setup, but arrow setups in general. I am shooting a gold tip. It's just a carbon arrow and a Wacom 3-blade expandable. I haven't jumped on the heavy arrow fixed broadhead bandwagon yet. This flies so true to my field points, and I don't really have a problem with expandable broadheads. I've killed a lot of deer using this exact head. And like I said, I shoot so much, I'm fairly confident in myself that I'm not super worried. I know things happen, but I'm not super worried in, you know, penetration or things like that. So I like having a lighter arrow that I can shoot distance with and not have to worry about, you know, compensating or anything like that. What I really like about the broadhead is there's a band on the broadhead, obviously, to hold the blades in place, but it's further back on the head. So when it goes to the animal, the band, it's rubber, it just slides down the arrow shaft and doesn't break. Like I said, I've shot 2 deer with this exact head and it hasn't broken yet. And the only reason I mention that is because when I was shooting Rage and some other expandables, I noticed that you basically get one use out of the band. It'll blow through the animal, snap in half, and it doesn't with this. So that pretty much covers what I will be taking with me as far as my bow setup goes this fall. Like I said, super excited to actually hunt an animal with it instead of just shooting foam. But if you guys want to drop a comment on this video and let us know what you're shooting, we'd be very interested to hear. Like I said, it's something that we always like to talk about with people, you know, spit ideas back and forth, and who knows, maybe, you know, we can learn something too. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.